Just reminding you, 10 points to nil. Good try by Dave Moran. Burke a goal, and then there was a drop goal. It hit the crossbar, went away, stayed in the field of play, and Widnes scored. Adams got the try, making it 10-0. Good crowd. A lot of people come down from Cumbria, and that's what they call the Cumberland Hype. If my knowledge of the wrestling is right, Amos Dougie Clark is a good one. They're on the attack. Widnes. Cheshire against the Cumbrians, and keeping the ball. Good little short pass there to goalie. Alan Dearden. It's all Widnes at the moment. Bowden, the architect of passes. Hogan. Can have a drop. And he's a goal. 3 minutes gone. Keith Elwell. No doubt a plan move with a score of 10 points nil. Getting them in ones helps. Making it 11 points to nil with that drop goal. And you can see that it's all the time in the world. It flapped a bit, but it was so easy. And of course so useful to make it 11 points to nil. There's a little fella. Good hooker. 5 tries as well as his drop kicking. Not 5 tries today, of course. So just sort of hard is it going to knock out of the Cumbrian? I don't know. But they'll keep trying hard, I'm sure of that. They haven't had a lot of luck. But you see they're going in 3 now. Billy Thompson doesn't mess about. Oh, that's a lovely tackle. Lynn Shaw on the receiving end. Wallbanks and Doby on the giving end. Lovely slashing pass. The dark shirt of Workington on the left. Hogan, Ryan Hogan. Well, it's good at the pass to Ian Thompson. And a long way to go to their opponent's dead ball line. 5 minutes gone, 11 points to nil. They're trying to goal at this point of time. He's pinched the ball or he's lost the ball. Can't do that against Widnes. They feel every loose football is theirs. That's what makes them such a strong, professional, spectacular side. That's a knock on, and it's most unusual to have it. It was West Goalie who did it. Well, the first half scrums, there were 3 to Widnes and 5 to Workington, and penalties 2-5, 5 to Workington. But it was that goal which I hope described for you to understand how a drop kick landed on the crossbar, stayed in the try line area, and of course following up players as always got the try. 10-0 was more trouble than 5-0. And a penalty, and there's Bowden. I love that. There's Bowden there chatting away back, and he's the captain. And there's little Elwell, the hooker. He taps him in the midriff, telling him to shut up. The smallest fella on the field. There he is. He's real charity. Good footballer, good leader. Yet another great try scorer. Scored 2 this season. 6 minutes gone. Ian McCorkadell, 2 tries, 66 goals, 1 drop goal this season. And in his period of rugby league, he's kicked with Workington points worth 1,623, 1623, including tries, of course. An average of 8 points a game. A good record. Long kick. University boy. Well, it's no goal. That's his second attempt and unable to get through, so it's still 11 points to nil. Both teams are, of course, in the first division. Widnes line 3rd and Workington line 12th. One of the leading top rugby league officials who has done so much for rugby league in Cumberland is here today, Tom Mitchell, and also a touring team manager. Good pass to Kevin Morn. Well, there's Tom Mitchell with the black hat on, and a great character and a good man for rugby league, and a very good tourist when I was in Australia with him. But it's love to see the try coming now with his team attacking. Arnie Walker and the straightforward runner, Harry Beverley. No fancy stuff. Looking for support, and he wasn't there on the 6th tackle. The wheel came off, as they say. 11 points to nil. Workington Town are the Cumbrian club, of course, Whitehaven. Workington once had some great players from Australia, and of course the great Gus Risman had a great spell up in Cumberland in their trophy-winning days. And of course, when we talk about Lancashire and Cumberland, Yorkshire, actually Widnes is in Cheshire and Workington, Cumbria. Widnes, no doubt, will make everything safe. Linshaw, Mal Aspey. Good grubber, kick, runs on the ground and runs into touch. The Willows, Salford's ground, there's a lot of improvement with a very special club, and there with 10 minutes gone, Widnes 11, Workington 0. The ground where the great Harold Wagstaff finished his test career on a very muddy day, I believe. Sorting it out now with Widnes' 5th final in 6 years and Workington's 4th successive final, so those are the statistics to show the importance of these two teams. But the referee is not standing for Arnie Walker trying to get the ball in illegally. Willie Thompson, one of our top referees, rugby league football, using the big-headed forwards like Linshaw to get a few yards, use another big forward to get a few more yards. This is Hogan, the prop. And he's not going to go down, if he can help it. Changing in now to a second row forward, number 12. Working the set-piece move to Les Corley again. Going on the short side, a long one, good go for an interception, and put a nice pass out, is in at the corner. No, Mick Burke was very, very close. Score 11-0. And the penalty and relief for Workington. And the two test judges, Mr. Casey and Mr. Dawes. So the relieving kick, Kean McCorkadale. Kick into the member stand, the VIP stand. Number 2, there, Ian McCorkadale. That is Alan Bank. to take. Going on the blind side. The blind side is the short side. Corkadale. Well, we haven't got to the stage of talking about consolation tries. Workington still a lot of power in them, but they're down 11 points to 0, so soon they will be getting to the stage where a try is going to be very important. But as yet, they're showing progress up against a very professional side. Annie Walker, Ginger Lewis, good football. Oh, nice! Paul Charlton coming up in 6th tackle, the best bit of Workington for a while. Incidentally, in the progress this season, Widnes beat St Helens 28-16, beat Lee 33-3, and beat Warrington 13-2, and Workington beat Salford. And talking of the progress, Workington Salford 14-8, and semi-final against Barrow, their local rivals almost, 6-4. David Moran. Oh, nice dummy. Woof. The referee is going to get it there very quickly. Get away, let him play the ball, he says. Reggie Bowden. Raymond Lewis, the quote offender, unquote. Mick Burke from Rugby Union settled down to a very good career in Rugby League. Last season, in his first Rugby League season, 11 tries, 140 goals, 313 points. "15 minutes gone, second half in this Foreshores Lancashire Cup final, and in the position of the 25-yard line. Get up, I want to play the ball," he says. Alan Dearden. All this strong effort in tackling must be taking something out of Workington, and standing well back now, going to work some special piece, move, and a fairly easy one. A dummy by Mick Adams, looking for support. It's not so far out. The big fellas will be having a bash. And the padded posts haven't yet been shaken. 13 is Adams. Hogan, possession. And he's been messing around so long. I think he must have given for that. He's giving him a dirty look, he's Hogan. I think he's saying, well, I never played it. Well, that's what he's been penalised for not playing it. And Billy Thompson would say, you can't stand all day here not playing the ball. I'm quite sure that Hogan, number 8, will wonder what it's all about, but there's no doubt what Billy Thompson thought. But after all that, the score remains 11 points to 0. Widnes. Number 8, Hogan. Played with a number of clubs, St Helens, Wigan, Workington Town even. Paddison is a big strong forward. Lost ball a second time. Lane Shaw David Moran. Reggie Bowden. And loose for ball lost. And a chance now for Workington to get into the opponent's half. Ian Thompson. Raymond Lewis of the ginger hair. Ex-Moresby Rugby Union. High pass and a good pass. McCorkadell, a kick and a chase. Paul Charlton's up. Can he dive for it? He gets the ball. He doesn't. Well, what's the referee going to give? Charlton and Hughes having a real chase with each other, but it's no try. But the nearest thing. Let's have a look at it again. Now this the lovely kick from being chased by Charlton. Cover was Eric Hughes. Now at this point it's a yard off the ground. He then touches it, but coming up, takes a kick at the ball, goes to the opponent, and he pushes it into touch. Well, that's vivid. And we've got an injured player, Paul Charlton. And we've got also injured Ginger. But now this is Mohan. That's Kevin Mohan. Well, Paul Charlton being knocked about there, but this magic sponge you put down the back of your neck and it cures a lot of ailments. Andy Key. You never known his hair was so curly. He's a great character, is Charlton. Done a lot in rugby league football. So after all that hiatus, a restart of the game. The score's still 11 points to 0. We're 20 minutes gone, 20 minutes to go, plus injury time. There'll be a little bit. Kevin Moore and David Beck in that. Arnie Walker, good kick. Still time for Workington. They've got to break the duck yet. Down 11 points to 0. They seem to be coming back a little bit. Hooker, Alan Banks to Billy Pattinson. Harry Beverley, big, strong front row forward, number 8, what they call the prop. Arnie Walker. Still finding trouble in breaking through the last bit in their attacking effort. A very experienced, strong Widnes team. Pattinson. There could be the opening. Kevin Moore being held up and scrum down. Well, Paul Charlton seems to be a little better, and he doesn't exactly like what's happened. He's a bit mad about things, but he's been a good servant to rugby league football. And Mick George coming on, number 4 instead of Eric Hughes. Eric Hughes going off, and Mick George 14 replaces 4. Eric Hughes going off, and Mick George the first. So here he comes on. The George for Hughes. There's subs. 2 subs allowed. The 2 subs, Roper and Varty for Workington, and George and Hull for Widnes, and one's already gone now. Harry Dawson and Frank Tobin, the physios and medical advisors. And for... he doesn't stand any nonsense. There's Reggie Bowden getting the penalty. And for Workington Town, behind the room boys, Sol Roper, Eric Bell and Andy Key. 17 minutes to go. Well, we got the biggest cheer of the night because the football landed with us, and we just treated it with contempt and knocked it back again. And still tackling hard and still requiring a lot of physical effort to keep going, and reminding you of the score: Widnes 11, Workington 0. So we'll be getting to the stage that there's going to be a nil for Workington. They wouldn't want that. They'll still throw a lot of endeavour into this procedure before the time is up. Had a bit of time. Well, that was a very good Malaspy effort, putting the ball right up into the far corner, and Paul Charlton, when he got to it, had to let it go out of play. Very good effort there. So Malaspy and Paul Charlton coming in to play where he can, but he's been knocked up a little bit with that effort. There's the big prop forward, Harry Beverley. Well, a useful ball to win. This Lancashire Cup trophy, first played for in 1905, and they've had some great crowds in the past. They had 42,000 odd with Wigan and Warrington way back in 1950. 15 minutes to go. Wigan, incidentally, have the most final appearances, 28. Can Workington with their trip, we used to say with the long trip back to Cumberland, but now with motorway it's not half as long as it used to be when the early pioneers of Cumbria footballs strode around the scene. 11 points to 0 and the scrum 6-6. And one of Widnes's greatest supporters, a man called Jim Wally, who lives at Bold, and he's aged 96. Had Widnes have changed their colours. They've all been black and white, with stripes at some time or other. Known as the Chemics, and Bowden, number 7, waits patiently and puts the ball in, but Workington get it. Well, it was a knock-on, and no doubt he's a bit mad. David Beck, he was in a hurry actually to get away with it, that he knocked it on. So Arnie Boxer Walker, known to his mates as Boxer. Good full-back play by Eckersley. Coming up on the inside. There's little Boxer Walker. Coming up to out number 12, who is Raymond Lewis. Bowden. And still a lot of lively football. And a lovely kick, and a chase by Stuart Wright, but a save by Charlton. Still in the field of play. Winger David Beck. Stuart Wright's got the cleanest jersey on so far. I've very little to do. Workington defending. That was a different sort of an up and under. And Walker being pushed back. Well, he gets this pass in to the Ginger Lewis. 12 minutes to go. Before we know the winner. Making progress. Flag up. That was the aiming for, to get him into touch. And then hope to win the scrum. We can just last year Widnes 15, Workington 13, and then the year after Warrington 16, Wigan 13, then Widnes 16, Workington 11, then in 75-76 Widnes 16, Salford 7, and in 74-75 Widnes 6, Salford 2. So they've been quite a place in the sun so far as Widnes were concerned with this competition. Raymond Lewis injured, but the Magic Sponge done the trick. And Arnie Walker ready to feed, providing Beverley can get down. Workington obviously now getting to the desperate stage. McCorkadale come in to take the dummy half position. Not a knock on as long as he catches it. Gary Wallbanks, whose father Harold was a Fulham and Southampton player. Four brothers all played soccer, so a very versatile football family. Linshaw. Well, he didn't seem to suffer for it. Glenn Hogan getting support from the loose forward Adams. There must be something here if he can get the pass in, and he does, but there isn't. He slipped. So Workington recovered well there, getting Burke before a chance to turn inside and get a penalty. Ten minutes to go. Second half, of course. The Widnes 11, Workington Town 0. Penalties have been 10 to Workington Town and to Widnes 7. And there are fans who keep track of scrums and play the ball for points. Dale. He not had real chances to show his paces. The very professional Widnes side of being cutting off the danger spots very quickly. Pattinson. And we only had 1 point this half, 10-0 at half-time, 11-0 now, and little Arnie Walker bolting down. The referee was going to blow then. He thought, or he half thought, or he indicated he half thought that it was a high tackle. Raymond Lewis. Well, trying to move the ball around, but Widnes invariably take man for man, and if needing support, it's quickly there. Good break. Billy Pattinson. Ball lost. Well saved. 6 tackle. So after the 6th tackle comes a scrum. Oh, well, run away, David Moran. He's a good footballer. I wonder how much that try bang on half-time, what difference it made, because it was a killer sort of try, more than the 5 points that he got. We've got Alan Varty running up and down the touchline side. Well taken, not a knock on. Mick George. Mick Burke. Going to have another drop at goal. Mick Adams. So it's kick out from under the post because it hit an opponent. 13, Mick Adams. Adams had a spell in Australia. That is David Hull waiting to come on, and number 10 coming off. Now so Gary Wallbanks and Alan Varty, and going off is Gary Wallbank. Don't know whether he was injured or whether his tactics in the change. Sometimes football managers and coaches get a bit sentimental, so the player can say he's taking part in the final if it's only for 5 minutes. At this stage of the tour, 11 points to 0, and on the attack, Bowden. Coming back, Brian Hogan. The clean jersey of 14, Mick George, and into the corner, he doesn't get it. 3 or 4 times have been in this corner, close to scoring. 5 minutes to go. We're still just only 1 point on the board in this second half. Alan Varty in a clean jersey, and number 15 to McCork there. Good kick, could it bounce right? 2-1 at the moment. He's beaten both of them. David Eckersley. There was no coordination between the two of them. Got out of the tackle. Burke. Putting on pressure, Widnes. Oh well, the dummy half going to Bowden, to Dearden. Four minutes to go, plus injury time. Been a little bit. There should something accrue from this, but it doesn't. Well, Mick Adams is being given the title of the man of the match, and there he is, number 13. Score 11-0. Adams got the second try. 2 scored first half. Now then, there's a chance here with Paul Charlton pelting round. Got to get the ball to his supports before the recovery defence from Widnes comes into action. Great ones for covering, spreading themselves around the field. 3 minutes to go. Plus injury time, Alan Varty, number 15. And the darkness settles over Salford. I'm sure there'll be plenty of lights at Widnes, unless it's going to be something dramatic. And who knows? Had a lot of the ball today. John Derby. Leon! Paul Charlton. Oh, it's a long back pass, but it's been well taken. Are we going to get a grand slam finish with a try against Widnes? There's 2 minutes to do it and they've lost the ball again. yards line. I think we've got an injured player. I think it's Walker. Where is it? Let's have a look around. I can't see him around the field. I think it's Walker. Yeah, you pass on quickly, and he does. Number 11, Pattison, taking the tackle on Moran, and then just giving a nice friendly slap on the face. Yeah, that's taking some stopping. Red Bowden, and he stopped the play for the injured player. And I've talked to you about the trophy. Well, there it is. First played for in 1905, and a trophy that's very much wanted in rugby league football. And it will be presented after the match. Well, there's the man who's going to be sent off in a moment when the law comes in, or he does it on his own volition. Get off. Billy Thompson is quite, he can look after himself. And Tony Roper comes on for Arnie Walker in this dying stages of this match. We don't often get that in rugby league football, somebody coming on, but he's gone off. He's going to have a little run up the touchline side. Tony Roper's come on, he's the son of the coach, and there's the 40 minutes gone. Widnes 11 and Workington 0. Nice kick. The referee ignoring pleas for penalty for obstruction. Alan Vardy. Harry Beverley, who's had quite a good match away to Ian Thompson. And then a chase. He's going to be a last flags up again. And so close. Workington from time to time. Look at it. They can break down this solid wall, but not succeed. And the professionalism of Widnes always evident. Into injury time. Saving the ball. Tony Roper in the clean shorts. John Dobie. So I reckon that Workington are going to have to talk going back home about misses rather than scores, unless something comes. We're in injury time, in fact. 2 minutes. And there's a chance. Bill Paddington. Oh dear, what a bad pass. 25 yards line with retained possession. Would be some consolation for Workington. Players spread out with a cover, a blanket cover. Play on, says the referee. You've got 6 tackles. You're going on the open side. McCorkadale. Up. Paul Charlton looking for that try. And now he loses the ball. Good as a pass. And it's gone to Stewart right. And if he got in the clear, he would have been so far away, nobody would have got him. But he just was stopped by Billy Patterson. Three minutes of injury time. Well, I thought of that spell that Workington might just get that consolation try, but it didn't come. 11 points to 0 it remains, and there goes the final whistle, and it's final score 11 points to 0 to Widnes. The Widnes 5th win in 6 years, so they've something to talk about. They retain the trophy, so